Hello and welcome back to It's New. We got the whole crew. I know a lot of you were disappointed about that, but it's okay. We're not going to make anybody feel bad about everybody being here.
I feel horrible now.
Anyway, I'm going to be talking about Google's now able to count reviews again, and maybe Google might be downranking your AI-based images in Google image search.
RIP Google Publisher Center. Long live publication pages.
You okay,
All right,
Greg?
and then he's a little wrinkled, but
I'm a little wrinkled. I noticed my shirt's a little wrinkled, Marty, so you can make fun of that.
Oh, bless.
Anu, what do you got?
So, yeah, we're going to be talking about brand guidelines and what you should do if you don't want Google taking over that.
And I guess fine. Go ahead, Morty.
Maybe I should buy some old tabbed content. Welcome back to the age of jive, says Google.
Yada yada yada. All right, Google
Joel
review.
lyric.
Oh, okay.
I try to skip. All right, anyway, these entertainment references are not good for me. All right, Google looks like it's fixing or has fixed the review count bug. It looks like I'm seeing a lot more reviews for my own business, and a lot of people in the Google forums are saying the reviews are coming back. They never really disappeared, but the review count, adding up the reviews that you have in your Google business profile, had an issue where Google wasn't able to actually do math. And now they're able to actually say 1 + 1 is 2, which is really good. So that was a big stink. In fact, I made a little like YouTube video on it. And that video exploded. I took like 15 minutes making it, cut it down to 4 minutes, and it got like over 10,000 views and it got me over 60 subs. I made $12 on that video alone. $12.
Don't spend it all in one place.
And I'm sure you noted it's new on there too, and you're like, hey,
I said subscribe to the channel, but
okay.
So if this show stays on my channel, then that will help. But Google image search seems to be downranking. I don't know if it is really or not. Downranking AI images. I'm not sure if this is true or not. Zach Notes, which is an amazing name. His real name is actually Zach Notes. I thought it was just his like name on like social, but it seems like his name is Zach Notes. And he says that starting in late January, it looks like in image search, his site that has a lot of AI images started to no longer rank as well in Google image search. It's ranking fine in web search. He shares some charts that show the drop in image search, but shows the web search remains the same. So he's asking maybe Google image search has an update where it's downranking AI generated images, which is interesting. I don't see it myself, and I use AI images for almost all my stories, my hero images for my stories. I didn't see that at all, so I included a screenshot of that. So I'm asking the community, if you noticed anything there, definitely comment below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe twice instead of once, is why I know it actually has an impact, and do all that type of stuff so we know that this guy's not alone. But I don't see this myself, and a bunch of people are saying they aren't seeing it, and some people are saying they are seeing it. So dig into your Google Search Console data, click on the image tab. If you are using AI images, let me know if you see a downgrade there. Greg, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that was a big drop. I was looking at how big that drop was. That's huge. All right. So in case you have never used Google Publisher Center, good, because you will no longer be able to. It was, frankly, I think the worst piece of software that Google has ever put out that publishers had to use. I don't know, Barry, if you liked it. I absolutely hated it. I thought it was slow. It was a disaster. It was hard to put your feeds in.
It was very confusing. Even in the early days when it was like made for it. And then they started like pulling features out. Yeah. So there are some features that you have to use, like the revenue manager, but yeah.
Yeah. And I thought it was going to be a huge thing, but it never really worked well. And so Google put out a update over in the Publisher Center help saying that they had talked about that it was going to go away last year in April, and that it's fully transitioning in March of this year to automatically generated publication pages. So the publication pages will be in Google News. They will no longer appear to, so it says, as a result, publication pages that have been created by publishers manually will no longer appear to users in Google News. So if you had that set up and trying to drive traffic to a publication, you now have to hope that your auto-generated publisher page will do that. And any assets you had, any images, anything like that will be lost into the ether.
Right. So if you set one of those custom logos or publication titles, and it's going to be gone. Google's going to use your site name, which they even not so great at for some sites controlling, as well as their fav icons for their logos. So make sure those are set the way you want, like you said.
Absolutely. And then just on the YouTube side, there's kind of a lot going on. So a few things I thought were pretty interesting were from Neil Mohan. They said that for the first time ever, TV screens were the highest viewed platform for YouTube videos, which is massive. And again, if I were YouTube, I would see this and say, wow, let's go help lure publishers to make long form TV content. But as we know, they've really dived into some of these YouTube shorts, right? And to that point, Julie Bacchini at Neptune Moon over on Twitter X said, had an email from a demand gen campaign, which is sort of the way that Google Ads is transitioning to video ads, and said, the new video enhancement will create shorter versions of your videos to engage different audiences. And this is something that you need to opt out of. So if you're running a video, you've got a nice long horizontal video and you're running that, you may want to look and say, how do I opt out of that if I do not want Google to cut my video up and make it into different formats like shorts? And again, we did see last week or the week before, about 10 days ago, the fact that demand gen will allow you to choose YouTube or YouTube Shorts or have that selection, which is awesome. And then one last piece of information on YouTube, then React. I'm just laying it all out there, Maury.
Leave space for the rest of us.
I was going to say a bit.
I thought I was recapping very quickly with a lot of information.
You're putting a wrinkle in this whole show now.
Oh,
according to a lawyer, there is a antitrust lawsuit brought by Rumble. Morty, you seem like a Rumbler to me. Are you big on Rumble?
I don't know what that is.
True Social?
That's because Google won't show them in the search results.
According to the Google lawyer, to Barry's point, less than 1% of all YouTube views do in fact come from search. So take that from
which is wild. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but my video that made me a popular YouTuber just this week with the reviews video, for over I think like 40 or 50% of the views came from Google search.
No, that's definitely crazy. I've done when we've done webinars for like the Wix SEO Hub thing. If it ranked in the video carousel, we'll get thousands of views.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're taught. That's a lie.
No, I mean, look at my kids. They literally just watch YouTube on the TV constantly. They don't go to
my
Google
kids
search.
do.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, the biggest screen is TV. You can literally can't. Nobody's searching on their TV and finding YouTube. You're just going to the YouTube app. So I mean, I could see this. It seems like one of those fantastic stats, but no, it's like you're watching YouTube on your mobile app, TV.
All right. Anu, what do you got for us?
So yeah, I'll be talking about something that is close and dear to Morty's heart. I know he talks about
Barry?
branding.
We're talking about Barry?
Anyway, so yes, Google has given a new deadline, March 2025, for people to insert their names and logos in their brand guidelines, unless they're going to auto-create that. And we know what happens when Google decides to auto-create anything. So you probably want to get on top of that and to ensure that, your brand guidelines are up to date with, your logo, your branding, the name, especially, just to ensure that, that is done properly.
It's so
and
funny. It's like the
Google
complete
takes control of that.
opposite. The complete opposite of the publisher center stuff. It's
Oh, really?
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The only thing is, if you're sneaky and you got a couple different brands inside of one campaign, you're going to be toast. And then the thing this is huge for is we do a lot of PMAX with feed only. So basically smart shopping, and you are not allowed to put a logo in there. But with this, you can get the logo. A lot.
Nice.
It was awesome.
cool. And then if you want to hide those stuff and tab navigations, that's always a
Put
solution.
into a tab. I can't believe we're still talking about this. This is 2025. This is insane. I have a hot take on this. I'm going to sling some crap. So someone asked John Mueller. That's what I do best, really. Someone asked John Mueller if tab content gets indexed. So if you imagine you have like tab navigation on your page, and John's like, well, if it's in the DOM and doesn't have to a separate load after the fact, then fine, it might be, but it might not rank anyway, because it's bad for your users to have tabbed content. Because then if they search for something and it's only found in the tab, then they'll just bounce. I'm a little bit confused. Color me confused. And I know Chris Green had a different opinion about this. So I respect the different opinions. And Chris is a really smart person. But I don't understand how it's 2025. Tab navigation is a normal thing, right? It's like everyone uses it. It makes total sense. And Google's talking about whether or not they crawl it or index it. So what's the other option? To have all of that content not in just an endless page full of H2s instead? That's better for users? I don't understand how Google's like, there's no synergy. How are you saying create a good web experience for users and then telling me don't use tabs for SEO purposes? Because now every SEO on the planet is going to take all of their tab content and make one giant page out of it, which is a terrible user experience. Also, to John's point, a lot of the times when you're using tabs, imagine you're selling like, I don't know, an SEO tool. Okay, you're SEMrush, you're selling an SEO tool. And you have like competitor analysis, rank tracking, I don't know, backlink data, whatever. And you have it in tabs. You might be searching for SEO tool and you get that content and you don't want to have to click into each one. You just kind of want to know that it's there and then you'll convert. So it's like, I'm not sure why like Google refuses to think a little bit holistically about this. To me, it makes no sense. And it sets the web back like 20 years. It's so old school. How are you supposed to keep people up to date on UX practices when you're telling them to basically create SEO content? I have silence in front.
I don't know. I didn't take it like he's like, you need to have, I thought it was like your tab content will work fine. Google's been saying this for a while. Even Gary said it, like content within tabs does work, especially on mobile. It's needed for UX purposes.
But then he's saying it doesn't rank.
It does rank. I mean, I don't know if he says
he's not saying that.
It depends on how you implement it. No, it depends on, I think, how you implement the tab content.
No, but he said there's disagreement in the SEO community about how well it will rank. But in my honest opinion, the bigger issue is that it's easy to confuse users. They might expect something shown in search and will go elsewhere if they don't see it. So it's kind of implying like it shouldn't rank. That's how I took it. Maybe I'm mistaken.
To be fair, at the end, he also said people might not want to dig for information on a long page.
Yeah. But like it's like saying like I hate you and then saying I love you 5 seconds later.
That's what he does. I mean, he's not going to give you a direct answer because again, I think studies have been done that show tabbed content and tab navigation does rank in Google search. Google has said it outright years ago. I think like several years ago that Google now does. It used to be that they didn't, and now they do because that's where the user interfaces went. Maybe John just likes personally to have everything like the old Yahoo home website or like what's that website? What's the old website that Craigslist? Like everything was listed out. So
yeah. All right.
Any event.
Sorry.
This show went on a little bit too long. I apologize for the rambling and ranting, but we do.
It's not me. Greg went on for so long. I went on for 3 minutes.
Yesterday was super fast. You weren't here today. I'm just saying.
That's it. I'm taking your picture off my nightstand now.
Morty's just mad. He's gonna miss out on some of his Rumble videos.
I don't know what Rumble is.
We're about to see some deep state. See what the deep state's really up to.
I don't think you're here tomorrow, right? You're not here tomorrow, right?
No, I'm flying to America.
Yay.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll see you soon then. Maybe you'll stop by and bring a gift basket or something.
Oh, reunion.
Some bagels.
Only if I can get a hug. I'll trade you a gift basket for a hug.
All right, you can stay where you are. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the It's New show. We're back tomorrow with just the three of us. Without Morty. Have a safe flight, Morty, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.